Okay, so are you ready to go on a little adventure with me today?
Always up for an adventure.
All right, excellent. The Church of Tinkerbell podcast.
Faith, imagination, the power of belief.
Love and acceptance to make the world a better place.
What would happen if we all just tried to see the world through the eyes of a child again, even for a moment?
It's a beautiful thought, isn't it?
It is.
The Church of Tinkerbell.
The Church of Tinkerbell. All right, I'm intrigued.
Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Have you ever stepped outside on a clear night and just looked up? Not just a quick glance, I mean, but a really long, lingering gaze. One that seems to stop time, quiets all the noise of the day, and leaves you with this inexplicable sense of awe, that profound feeling, almost spiritual. It's exactly what we're exploring today. We got a hold of a really thought-provoking piece from the Church of Tinkerbell. It's called The Religion of Stars, Awe, and the Cosmos. And it's basically a reflection, It suggests that astronomy, our connection to the night sky, can be a kind of profound spiritual practice, offers a pretty unique way to look at our place in the universe. So our mission today is to really dig into this perspective. We'll dissect its core ideas and try to uncover what it means to find prayer. Maybe not in a church pew, but just by looking up.
What I find really compelling about this piece is how it reframes looking at the cosmos. It's not just presented as, an intellectual thing, but as a deeply personal, spiritual experience, and one that's quite distinct from traditional religious structures, from dogma. It really invites us to think about where we find the sacred, suggesting maybe it's found through direct engagement, right? With the sheer vastness up there, no intermediary needed.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Let's explore what it means to find this kind of reverence, this sense of belonging, just from turning our gaze upwards.
Well,
so the article jumps right in, hitting us with this fundamental, almost, mind-bending scientific truth. You are literally made of stars.
Yeah.
And that's not just pretty poetry, it's actual physics.
Yeah.
And it's a concept that, wow, if you really absorb it, it can shift everything.
Oh, absolutely. When we talk about being stardust, it's really not just a metaphor. The heavier elements making up our bodies. Think about the carbon in your DNA, the oxygen you're breathing right now, the iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones. None of that stuff was formed in the Big Bang. The Big Bang really only created the lightest elements, hydrogen, helium, a little lithium.
Okay.
These heavier elements, they needed the insane pressures and temperatures you only find deep inside massive stars. So when those stars died, often in these huge explosions, supernovae,
Right.
they scattered these essential building blocks across the cosmos, flung them out there.
So the atoms in my body, the stuff that makes me, traveled, unimaginable distances for billions of years.
Exactly, through interstellar space, eventually gathering right here on Earth to become part of you, part of everything around us.
That journey, it's incredible.
It is, and this perspective, it profoundly recontextualizes our sense of self, doesn't it? It means the very atoms forming your consciousness, your ability to think, to feel, they have a cosmic history, a lineage.
Wow.
This connection implies this radical equality, a shared ancestry with everything in the universe. It turns our little individual stories into these grand cosmic sagas. And the article suggests this isn't just something you know intellectually, it's a feeling, a kind of sacred feeling that just arises from wonder, from recognizing, hey, we're not separate from the cosmos. We are the cosmos. Just awake and observing itself.
That is such a powerful idea. We're not just in the universe. We are the universe experiencing itself. So it's not about searching for meaning out there. It's about recognizing this inherent sacredness right here within us, simply because we're made of that ancient star stuff.
And that raises a really important question for all of us, I think. How does understanding our literal physical connection to the universe actually change how we see ourselves, our place in it all? It challenges that idea of human exceptionalism,
Right.
But not in a way that makes us feel small or insignificant. Actually, the opposite. It's incredibly unifying. It's recognizing we're fundamentally part of something immense, ancient, a living part of this cosmic tapestry.
Not just looking at it.
Exactly. Not just isolated observers. It invites us to see our physical existence as inherently sacred, a testament to this grand cosmic cycle.
And this idea, this feeling of connection to the cosmos, it's not entirely new, is it? In spirit, anyway. Long before we knew about stellar nucleosynthesis and supernovae,
Right.
humanity looked up with this profound sense of, connection. Reverence, maybe. The article talks about how Historically, the sky was our very first spiritual guide.
Precisely. Try to imagine a time before writing, before our modern buildings or temples. Our ancestors, they didn't have telescopes, obviously, or spectrographs, but they felt the sky's significance. They saw patterns, tracked the cycles of the moon and stars, and they wove these incredible stories, gods, heroes, monsters, warnings, right into the constellations.
Yeah, you see that across cultures.
Absolutely. The article uses this lovely imagery. The sky as the original temple, the stars like stained glass windows, even the planets, the wanderers, as sort of priests guiding us through the seasons. The moon, a shifting lamp lighting the darkness.
So it wasn't just folklore then. These stories were functional.
Very much so. It was their way of making sense of a huge, mysterious universe, finding their place in it. They weren't just passively observing the stars. They felt they were participating with them, reading their movements as, well, messages, communication.
Like the stars were speaking to them.
In a way, yes. And through that participation, they grasped a fundamental truth the article really emphasizes. To wonder is to worship.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah. There was no gatekeeper, no institution needed. The divine, or whatever they felt was powerful and mysterious, was right there, scattered across the night, accessible to anyone who just looked up. They used the stars rising and setting to know when to plant crops, to avoid famine, to navigate huge oceans. The stars were literally deciders of life, danger, hope.
Wow.
That direct personal connection is something the article suggests we can actually rekindle today, something that goes beyond any specific belief system.
Okay, so that brings us to a really interesting tension, or maybe a transition. Modern astronomy. We've swapped the ancient myths for, well, incredibly precise measurements, right? We know stars aren't singing angels. They explode. They collapse into neutron stars.
Or black holes, yeah.
Right? Things so dense that a teaspoon would weigh billions of tons. That's just mind-boggling.
It is.
We've seen galaxies through telescopes, light that left them billions of years ago, before Earth even existed.
Yeah.
So with all this scientific knowledge, has the awe gone? Has science killed the magic?
Well, the article makes a really strong case that no, absolutely not. If anything, science has deepened the awe. It's shifted, perhaps, from an awe based maybe on fear of the unknown to a reverence based on the known complexity, the sheer scale of it all. We understand just enough now to get a real glimpse of how much we don't understand.
Right. The more we know, the more we realize we don't know.
Exactly. Knowing a nebula isn't just a pretty cloud, but a stellar nursery. Vast beyond comprehension, where stars are literally being born and dying right now in this cosmic dance, that deepens the wonder far more than any old myth could, arguably.
Okay, I see that.
Every scientific answer just seems to open up more profound questions, and that endless unfolding, that unraveling of mystery, that becomes its own kind of miracle.
That's a compelling way to put it. So it's not facts versus feeling.
Not at all.
It's facts amplifying the feeling.
Yeah.
Transforming it. The article suggests we don't need to imagine gods beyond the stars anymore, because the stars themselves are enough. Their silence speaks volumes. Their beauty doesn't need a doctrine to explain it.
Yeah, it shifts the focus, doesn't it? From some external deity, maybe, to the inherent sacredness of the cosmos itself.
So can scientific understanding actually deepen our reverence?
Yeah.
Our sense of wonder?
The article argues forcefully that yes, it absolutely can. It moves us from maybe a mythological awe to a wonder born from verifiable facts, incredible cosmic truths.
Right.
It's like realizing the universe doesn't need a mystical add-on to be wondrous. Its sheer existence, the way it is, that's the miracle.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly. We talk a lot about mindfulness these days, right? Being present. But the article brings up cosmic mindfulness. Here's that about that. This idea really struck me. It's so simple, but also powerful, almost like a spiritual challenge.
Yeah, the article proposes this remarkably simple yet really profound spiritual practice. It basically says, go outside. Deliberately leave your phone inside.
That's the hard part for some.
True. Let your eyes adjust to the dark and just let your ego dissolve for a bit. In that quiet observation, stargazing becomes a form of meditation, or a kind of prayer, or maybe, the purest kind of spiritual practice.
Was being there.
Exactly, creating a direct, unmediated relationship with the vastness of the universe.
It's not about asking for anything, is it? Or trying to figure it all out. Just being present with the infinite. The article really emphasizes this. A kind of spirituality free from rules or dogma. Defined only by relationship, your personal, direct relationship with what's above you.
And that presence piece is key, I think. It lets us recognize that true spirituality can be found right there, in that relationship with the immense scale out there. and at the same time, the profound smallness in here within us.
The contrast.
Yeah, and recognizing that these two things, seemingly opposites, are actually beautifully and possibly intertwined.
How so?
Well, our individual existence becomes like a tiny mirror reflecting the grand cosmic story, a microcosm.
Okay.
It's about finding the sacred in both, the universal and the intensely personal, where your daily worries suddenly seem maybe less significant against the backdrop of eternity.
Yeah, perspective.
But also, your presence, your consciousness becomes part of that eternity. It matters in a different way.
Then the article takes it even further. It starts asking these really provocative what-if questions. They really challenge our usual ways of thinking. Like, what if the stars were our scripture, constantly revealing new things as our understanding grows? What if we told stories about seeing Saturn's rings through a telescope? You know, the awe of seeing those icy moons dancing, instead of just quoting ancient verses. What if we taught kids the names of constellations like Orion or Andromeda, almost like commandments, guiding principles maybe? And what if we measured our lives not by, say, status or accumulation or even sin, but by how often we just let ourselves be stunned by beauty, by how often we pause to genuinely wonder?
That really makes you think, doesn't it? How might our society's priorities shift if we genuinely adopted that cosmic perspective? The article even suggests the universe has a sense of humor, which is a fun idea.
How so?
Well, think about it. Black holes hiding in plain sight. Space apparently smelling faintly of raspberries.
Wait, really? Raspberries?
Apparently, due to a chemical called ethyl formate found in interstellar dust clouds. Or just, a trillion galaxies scattered like glitter across this impossibly huge canvas.
Wow. Okay.
It sort of challenges our often very serious, very human-centric view of the cosmos. It hints at this idea of sacred play.
Sacred play. I like that.
Yeah, where humor and wonder mix with the truly profound.
That's a wonderful phrase for it. Sacred play. The stars, just by being there, silent and dazzling, they remind us to wonder, don't they? To play.
Yeah.
To stay curious.
Definitely.
They invite us to let that awe make us humble, but not feel small or crushed by the scale.
Right, humble but connected.
Yeah. And to find the holy can and the honest facts of existence, letting science actually deepen our reverence.
It's a celebration, really, of the atoms dancing within us and the galaxies breathing beyond us, all part of the same thing.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening right now? This deep dive into the religion of stars. It seems to suggest this powerful, but also incredibly accessible path to spiritual connection. One that's rooted not in ancient texts necessarily, but in the undeniable, awe-inspiring facts of our cosmic existence, and in the profoundly simple act of just looking up.
It really encourages us to maybe shed some dogma, some division, and instead invites this personal encounter with awe, something that's genuinely available to everyone everywhere, no matter what you believe or don't believe.
Yeah.
It's about a relationship with the universe that asks for nothing but your presence, your willingness to just observe, and your openness to wonder.
The article's final invitation is so simple, but it really resonates. It just says, tonight, go outside. Even if city lights or clouds hide the stars from view, look anyway. Know they're there, just beyond what you can immediately see. And remember, you are part of them. The atoms in your skin, they once burned inside a star. That fire in your chest, it's like an echo of that ancient cosmic light.
So maybe let this deep dive leave you with a final thought to ponder. What new mysteries might you uncover? Not necessarily scientific ones, but personal ones. And how might your perspective on your life, on purpose, on connection, how might that fundamentally change? Just by taking a moment, tonight maybe, to look up and really acknowledge your place as stardust observing itself.
Thanks for going on this little adventure with me today.
Anytime.
And listener, keep sprinkling that fairy dust, all right? We'll see you next time.